All right, today I'm going to talk a little bit about the notation that goes along with transformations. So a lot of times we have the pre-image that we start out with, and then when we perform a transformation to it, we end up with the image. And to distinguish the difference between the two, what we do is we use a little bit of a different notation. So when we label a point, we label it with a capital letter. And so, for example, this point is -2, 1, and that's point A. And sometimes we put the A right in front of it. So that's referring to that point. Let's say we want to do a reflection across the y-axis. So we'll do a reflection across the y-axis. So what that does, remember, you can kind of think about it as flipping over, right? In one of the activities, some people measured it had to be the same distance away from the line that you're reflecting it across. So this is one spot away. This one was 1, 2 spaces away. This one was 1 space away over here. So now we end up with this image. Right. Now to distinguish the difference between this point got sent way over here, we label that with a little mark right here. That's called prime. So we call that A prime. And that lets us know that this was the original and this is the new. Again, this is the image, and this would be the pre-image. So maybe you might hear your teacher talking about that. Right? So this would be C prime, this would be B prime. What's kind of interesting is if you look at what happened when you sent A to A prime, you can kind of see what happened to the points. It went from -2, 1 to 2, 1. If you look at what happened when you sent B to B prime, B was at -1, 3, and now it's at 1, 3. Notice anything interesting happening here? C goes to C prime. This was -1, 1, and this became 1, 1. So the y values stayed the same. The x values changed. So whenever you do a reflection across the y-axis, interestingly enough, the x variable becomes negative. So if I take x to x prime, right, so I take something like that, my x comma y is going to become -x comma y. Y stays the same. All right.